Hello, conscious breathers, infinite beings alike, breath family. What's going on? So today we are going to give a scalar wave update. What's going on? And let's dive into it. I'm sure some of you have seen my proposal, and I want to sincerely thank everyone for the deep messages of love, reaching out. Much love to you guys. We're both genuinely happy that so many people just reached out and gave their thanks and their blessings. I thank all of you for that as well. So we're gonna dive into scalar waves. I'm sure some of you saw the one I just posted, and even my proposal. So my proposal was actually the one that I posted is actually the base of the scalar wave. It's not the actual scalar wave itself. The scalar wave is going to go on top of it. This Saturday I'm going to go to the person that I get it from, and we're going to communicate and have a deep, long conversation, because I actually got invited to ask Bashar himself again deeper questions. If you guys don't know who Bashar is, he's someone who helped my awakening in 2012, December 31st, 2012, when I thought the whole world was ending. Bashar actually led my very first meditation, and that was the time when I was getting out of conspiracy land, so to speak, and more into the wellness of the mind and health, which is way more important. And I'm sure a lot of you can attest to that. Oh man, we have a lot of people joining in. I guess it's definitely about the scalar, for sure. We'll definitely talk about that. So if you guys don't know who Bashar is someone who is channeled through, his name is Daryl Anchor, and even Daryl Anchor himself said, I could literally be channeling God or my higher self or Bashar. The main point is, if the message works for you, it works for you. He's not someone that is pushing or proposing his ideals on anybody. He's actually one of the few people that you can count on your hands, and I've seen the video for myself even before it happened. He's one of the few people that on hand, on piece of paper, and the government even knows this. I'll tell a quick story about that. He's one of the few people that predicted 9/11. One of the few people that predicted how bad 9/11 was going to be. And sorry, it's those boats over there. I literally live on the water. Viewing from Australia, Gold Coast. Much love. Yeah. So, yeah, Bashar. Yeah, everyone, go look him up. But I went to a screening. When I went to the screening for Bashar, actually, it was his first documentary, and in the documentary, a bunch of scientists got on his head and did the EEG and stuff. But when I was doing the screening, I was actually in the audience, and you could see there's scientists and all walks of life literally in that room in New York. And it was until the part where they're reading his brain that you start to see, when he gets into the channel state, he's telling the scientist who's like doing all the things or whatever, oh, turn to a certain dial, turn to this, and blah blah blah. And he's turning to the dial, and then you can start to see another brain start popping on the EEG thing. And everyone in the whole entire room was like, oh my god, that's impossible. Like, everyone's saying that, like, it's just blowing everyone's mind. And just seeing their reaction, I don't even know that much about science and all this stuff, but seeing that reaction, and then one of the scientists of further row was explaining, like, he was talking to everyone in the row of how you're only supposed to see like one brain on the machine. You're not supposed to see like two brains all of a sudden on that specific machine, and it's an old machine. It's not something you can like Photoshop or recreate. So that's when everyone was like, holy yeah, that was wild. So I'm gonna bring him up on this Saturday and ask, just what else can I do with Scalar to improve the efficiency of it. We've been actually using fiber optic cable. That's a great update I should tell everyone. It's funny, fiber optic cable actually increases the scalar output by 80%, which is which is wild because you would think, back in the day we used to use satellite for TV and internet, right? But now we use fiber optic cable and those type of wiring. And it's funny, that creates quote unquote high speed internet, as above so below, and now it has an effect on scalar energy. It's very interesting. And all you have to do is actually just put the fiber optic wires literally onto the scalar wave. We actually do have sucker punches on this scalar wave itself. But sucker punches is somewhat limited because you got to use batteries. What's his name? Bashar Channel. Let me see if I can tag him. But I'll be going to that upcoming event he has in October, which is why I will not be at hopefully I got his tag right. Yeah, hopefully because I actually got invited to go to Kansas. If you guys know what's that event where the frontline doctors are invited, like Alex Zek, if you guys know who that is, it's his event up there. I got invited to go up there, but I'm not gonna go. And one of my reasons of not going is so many other reasons, but one of the main reasons I got invited to go to Bashar, and I couldn't say no. I need to be in a space where I'm not hearing bickering and arguments the whole time. I want to be in a clear space of mind and truly integrate that. Will you be in Miami at the end of October? Yeah, Halloween time. Yeah, I'll be here. What is scalar waves again? Alright, so those who are new and just saw what I posted. So scalar waves is the scalar wave technology that I'm using. What I'm doing is I'm taking people's pictures, and it can even be a picture of their injury. I told someone who had a particular illness, I told them, hey, do you have x-rays? And send it to me, and that way I'm going to put it on the scalar waves as well. So no matter where you are, scalar waves reside in 0-point energy. It's different from electromagnetic energy that you're talking about, the sucker punches. It's way different than that. So you have point A and point B. So from point A, it goes to quote unquote point B. But with scalar wave, it resides in one point, in that 0 point. That's where it works instantaneously. And I'm gonna actually I may interview Dr. Z. Dr. Z came over. She stayed with us a little bit, and I put her on the scalar wave. And what I also do is I have people print out the map where I put your picture on. That way you can place it under your bed or wherever you sleep to really increase the frequency of where it's emanating from. Have you ever done events in Atlanta, or will you? I'm open to it if you're open to collaborating. Yeah, I'm open to it. I think honestly, as we're getting closer to my birthday, I might go to the DR. So I think I might die down the events, and I have the retreat coming up in November. So that's one of the main reasons why I said no to going to Kansas. I have so much going on, and specifically with this scalar stuff, I really want to amplify it before leaving on my birthday. My birthday is January 6th. Would you come to Ghana? Yeah, I would definitely go to Ghana. Shoot, I haven't been to Jamaica, which is my other home, in over, I would say over about 13, 14 years. How do you plan to build your platform? Great question. So I actually have some Tesla coils on its way. So that's another instrument that I'm going to be using when it comes to scalar. But that's going to be on the outside, because that's going to emit so much scalar frequency where if you have your phone next to it, it's going to turn off. And that's how you definitely know you're producing scalar wave energy, when your phone turns off. And some of you may have experienced this to yourself, where I know, alright, so this is one of the main reasons why I even got an iPhone, and why I kept on upgrading. When I first started out, when I got into the public, and I had this, I think it was a 5 or 4, maybe a 5, and I started doing one-on-ones via video, right? Before then, people would actually fly me out, even before coming back to social media. People would literally fly me out, and I would spend weeks with them here and there. But when I started going online, I would notice when we would do sessions, the phone would like scatter. It would literally scatter because the energy going back and forth with the person and me, it would literally emanate, and it would really mess up the signal. And I noticed as the more I upgraded my phone, it could handle it a lot better, which is very interesting in itself. Oh, that's what it's called, Health Freedom for Humanity. Yeah, that's going to be an event in Kansas, literally next week, in a few coming days. Yeah, so even electricity, even light itself is actually a derivative of scalar waves. And you can literally think of the sun. You see how the sun literally hits every little particle out in the atmosphere. The fact that it hits as soon as you look up, it's hitting everywhere in the sky, no matter where, right? Think of scalar wave as that, because actually there is actually some scalar wave energy in the sun. So think of that. So a lot of people don't also know this, but scalar wave energy and technology was actually utilized in ancient temples and even all the way down to ancient Greece. And you see the way they're formed because they understood how sound, frequency, meditation, prayer, all these different things would create the quote-unquote scalar wave energy. So that's really what I'm doing with this upcoming event. I'm going to do it with all my events from now on. I'm literally going to take a picture of the place and put it inside the scalar wave the scalar wave device, and elevate the frequency. And we're also going to bring every single picture that we printed out already for the scalar wave into our events as well. So when we're doing the super sound baths and increasing the frequency there, no matter where you are in the world, and I have your picture as well, you're going to be definitely feeling that. You are going to be feeling that. And it really hit me because there's this one person, her mom has cancer. Oh shoot, I said it. Her mom has the C word, and we put her on the scalar wave, but I was going to invite her because I was going to invite her to come to the event and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, she already knows I'm doing the event, and I don't want to push anything, but I'm saying to myself, like, oh, I have her picture. Like, she's definitely going to feel the energy from wherever she is in that sense. Yeah, I actually made a couple reels. I'm going to collage them together, but I made a couple reels on scalar wave to simplify as much as possible what it is, how it affects us in our daily lives, how we can utilize the technology to help people all over the world. In a sense, I'm also learning that I can also take a picture of a particular energetic site that it's really super high in frequency, let's say the Pyramid of Giza, places like that, and actually put it on the scalar wave, and it will amplify it dramatically. We're also utilizing biometrics and biogeometry. We made a biogeometric blueprint, and we literally put people's picture on there, and even that alone, even without the scalar wave energy, that also emits a certain frequency within scalar to amplify no matter where you are. And this is what ancients themselves used in terms of the symbolism and the certain particular placements within those symbols to help certain ailments in the body, and how certain symbols react to certain particular parts of your body. That's how in tune they were in terms of sacred geometry and healing, and utilizing natural law for help. Yeah, so for some of you that have certain ailments, or know someone that has certain ailments, and let's say they're also you could say they don't want to quote unquote do the work, right? I just want to make it point blank clear that this isn't a fix me all type of thing. And there's a reason why I put certain breathing techniques, frequency breathing in particular, with whenever you purchase the Scalar Wave remote healing, so you can at least work on something. We can't truly also rely on outside technology all the time, and this is just another tool to help us in this sense. But the fact that our ancient ancestors was using these type of tools, even with doing all the type of energetic work, it makes you wonder how my goal in particular is not to live thousands of years old, but if I had the tool there, and it's just like the more I got in tune with energy and I could feel certain crystals, I stopped calling people with a crystal fetish crazy, because I could start feeling the crystals myself. I'm like, okay, they're not really woo-woo as they say, like I'm feeling it for myself. And that's how skeptical I am, even in this spiritual world. Even if you see me wearing a pyramid, trust me, I'm as skeptical as the average person. Even before meeting my partner, even before, when we were mostly friends, right, she would talk about her dreams and stuff like that. But actually in the relationship, she have deep premonitions, and things are coming to light a lot faster than you would think. So yeah, I'm not a skeptic anymore. And energy devices like this, the more you read into even the Bible, there's even John, I think John chapter 5 talks about this, how an angel came down and stirred the water, keyword stir the water, vortex the water. There's certain technologies within the Bible, not the main Bible that I'm talking about. If we were to compress every single parts of the Bible that was left out, it would make more sense to an outside person that is quote unquote skeptical, and how everything comes together in that one. Even Jesus had his own Bible. Like all the different characters within the Bible had their own Bible, so to speak, because the king, I think it was King James took out certain things out the Bible, and that's how the King James version, all these different things came to be, because they didn't want the people knowing the knowledge, so to speak. And I think it was this Robin Hood movie that said it the best. This was years ago. It's one with Jamie Foxx, and behind closed doors the church said, hey, why we created fear? So we can control the people. That's why they quote unquote invented heaven, hell, these type of things in terms of the people's mind to control them. So they would always give tithe to the church and things of that nature. Exactly, skeptic but open. Yeah, so even someone asked about teaching about scalar wave. So even if I sell the device, I want to actually host workshops and go in depth of how I use it and the effects that it's giving, rather than just someone just buying it off and just plugging it in. Oh, it's gonna work, blah blah blah. There's so much intention I have even behind it, even trusting the fact that yes, it does produce scalar waves and stuff like that, but the breath itself is also a scalar wave. And I want to go into a deep, in-depth workshop of how we use organ breathing every time we print out someone's picture onto this, and even before putting it on the scalar waves and things of that nature, to accompany getting one. So I think what I'll do is have workshops even before allowing someone to even get it from me, because I want the information to stay pure, and more than marketing or money and all that stuff, I want it to be pure as possible, and I want it to work efficiently as possible. So I'm not in the space to just say this and that works. There's actually one person out there that's also in the same type of space, and he's also using scalar stuff himself, and I'll post some things that he's doing as well. But even the person that I got the scalar stuff from also tried learning from him, because he learned from one of Tesla's someone that's really like a reflection of Tesla in a sense in today's modern world. Before that person died, he learned a lot from him, and basically he even reached out to me. He's like, you're the closest one I've seen out there that's replicating efficiency of what I'm doing, even without the Tesla coils and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. But he still doesn't want to share like what he's doing and stuff like that. So I'm the complete opposite. I'm definitely gonna have it open for a limited time, because due to the nature of this type of work, you can put pieces together. I don't want it to be too open in a sense, right? Bro, give me your iPhone. Is geoengineering affecting scalar wave from the sun? So literally type in HARP and scalar waves. Type that right in now into your Google. Now after this live, or if you're watching this, just type it right now into your Google, and you'll see that, oh snap, yeah. And there's a reason why Florida, this is why I don't believe in like hurricanes hitting here as hard as other places, because Florida is literally spread out with a bunch of scalar wave technology for healing though, and using it in a good sense, while HARP is creating it, using it in a bad, quote unquote bad, disharmonious way on the earth, right? So that's why you'll always see when hurricanes are heading, high category hurricanes heading towards Florida, it always goes around Miami. At least it always goes around the south part of Miami and just goes somewhere else, or more up north if anything. Oof. Yeah, so the person, he literally has over 100+ devices all spread out all throughout Miami here. So I'm just one of them, and he's even learning from me that I'm doing this and that with the devices, and we're learning from each other. So Saturday, before the week coming after, when I go on and have this talk with Bashar, because I only get 3 questions, and even the first question when they had me on, I asked, is it possible to communicate to ETs or extra dimensional beings, quote unquote, that are for good with the breath? And he said, yes, you're on the right track and stuff like this. And that just gave me more confirmation to organ breathing and the power of what alchemy breathwork is doing in the breathwork space. Hello, Ash. Thank you for the badge, love. How do you spell HARP? It's 2 A's. Here, I'll spell it here. HARP. Literally type in HARP and scalar wave energy. So HARP themselves, I'm sure many of you know what HARP is. HARP themselves is using scalar wave energy to manipulate the weather. The weather! If they can manipulate the weather, you know, we can also do the same thing, but for ourselves and healing in that regard. Any negative, evil device you see out there can be definitely used for good. That's how powerful love truly is. It really is. Yeah. Ash is coming on.
Hey, Devon.
Hello, sister.
How are you?
I'm electric. And you?
Oh, of course you are.
Hey, that's a motto.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So if the human is the greatest form and the original form of perfect technology, do you think that we, perhaps a group of us, could get together and create our own effect on the weather?
Oh, big time, big time. I was just about to share that. I go to this market here in Miami because it's just a group of conscious beings all together. It was the only place during the height of this whole thing it was quote unquote normal. So when I went there, there was this guy that came up to me, and he knew that the stuff of my work, and he said, "Hey, have you ever noticed why some parts of Miami the tornado goes the opposite way and stuff like that?" This was before even meeting John, which is where I got the scalar stuff from. But he said some of us would go out to the ocean, to the beach, and literally set our intentions to move the tornadoes and hurricanes away from Miami using energy work and stuff of that nature.
Do you think grounding affects that connection? Like the human who grounds?
Oh, big time, yeah. Because you're connected more to the earth, so there's a faster connection in terms of communication to how Mother Earth is connecting with the wind, the sun, and stuff of that nature. And this is why I like grounding 90% of the day.
I love the work you do. It's inspiring and it's powerful. And it's like, man, you have the science. See, I got the intuition. I can speak, you know, to the planet and the elementals, but the work you do, you have the science and you're bringing that avenue. So I'm so grateful for everything that you are doing for all of us, because people don't realize, like, the work that you're doing is what's going to save future generations. The more people that wake up and realize, hey, this is what's real. Tap in, guys. The planet is responding to us, for us. So we can work with it or against it, but she's conscious and she's awake and she's not going to put up with the behavior forever.
Exactly. Exactly.
And congratulations on your engagement.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me pop on, Devon.
Yeah, any other questions you have about Scalar? Do you know anything about Scalar so far?
I'm not familiar with it. So basically all I know, I can feel the resonance. I know that it's quantum technology. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but when you were offering, I looked on your website, that offering that you had in terms of the photo and the DNA. So Scalar. And then I'm also thinking about different areas of the world that have specific frequencies. You know, when we go there, it activates us. And then you, with your technology and your offering, you take a portion of us, and that's quantum. So time, space, it doesn't matter how far we are away, you have the capability to tap into our resonance.
Exactly.
And I don't know the science. I'm still learning, but I can see it, the light waves, and I can feel the energy. And it's
I'm even thinking about I don't know if you did you ever see the photo that I put with the alchemy breathwork symbol and the biogeometrics in the back?
I didn't see the biogeometrics.
Oh snap. Okay, yeah, definitely check that out. I'm even thinking about
It sounds like a gateway. It sounds like, if I were to look at that and pay attention to that, same thing with your logo, that's going to open up something for me. So that's like code in the construct of consciousness. Here Devon is opening these portals, giving us code to better our lives and to synchronize more harmoniously with the planet. And that's why I always support you, because of the work you do. I know the significance.
Thank you. Yeah, there was a guy.
A little emotional, to be honest. I'm just so glad. It's really powerful.
There was a guy who was wearing one of my shirts, and I totally forgot that I made T-shirts back, I think about a year ago. I had them out, and he said I was wearing it last night, and he was asking me. It was during the workshop that I did, and he's asking me, "Hey, did you put your Scalar Wave, your logo on the Scalar Wave thing? Because I was wearing the shirt last night, and I was like feeling it."
I might need one of those.
Yeah.
Are you selling those?
The shirts,
yeah.
not really, but DM me your size, and I may have a few. I have a few left, so people are DMing me about it. So it's more of that base I'm not having on my website because it's gonna run out soon, and I'll never make anything again for that. I'm in the process of making a kimono where it's grounding tech, so it will have like a wire you can go into the forest and plug in, and you'll feel the grounding effect to your kimono or your shirt that you're wearing. So I'm more focused on that.
Wow, that's amazing, Devon. Yeah. And for my followers who are jumping on here and new to Devon, tap in to what he does and what he shares. Like, this is New Earth. This is what we're capable of. This is organic technology. And here you are leading the way. So I'm so grateful we connected and happy to be a part of this collective with you.
Likewise, sister. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Devon.
You're welcome on here
anytime.
anytime.
My shirt size.
Huh?
I would love to get one of those shirts.
Yeah, just DM me your shirt size, and I'll see after this if I have any left.
Okay. All right. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and may the breath be with you. I know it always is.
All right, sister. Peace. Yeah, healing through garments. So back then, I might go live with the person who I'm collaborating with in a little, in a few days maybe, because we're still making the prototype. But he's already been making sheetwear, blankets that you can plug even if you live in the apartment. You can literally plug your blanket all the way down into the earth, and have that wire run all the way into earth. So it's like the earth is literally hugging you with its energy. It literally is. Sorry if this was answered, but is the class for Sunday any level of those practicing breathwork? Yes, for all levels. If you're coming to Miami, it's for all levels. Well, yeah, when I do events like that and it's not specific, it's for all levels. It's not. That's the beauty of alchemy breathwork. It's for all levels. It's not as complicated. I'm making it even more simple, but yet powerful. So I'm still learning on this journey. The breath itself is still teaching me, as I always say. I will never, yeah, even as much as many people think of how high you may put me in the breathwork sphere or whatever, the breath itself is still teaching me, because it's an unlimited essence of being. It really is, and it can really teach you if you have more reverence for it and just allow it more into your life beyond the constructs of certain practices. It goes way beyond that. It really does. I have their underwear. I love it. Oh, she's talking about, yeah, no choice. Yeah. So you can get some literally on the biohacking page on my website. It's all there. You just scroll down. It's EMF. You even have like EMF hoodies as well. But we're gonna make the first kimono one, and it's gonna be scalar activated for sure. So we're gonna combine our symbols and our logos together. So that's gonna be really beautiful. Someone goes, "Do I love all races?" Yeah. You know, I guess on paper you could call me Jamaican, but I'm human first. For any other nationality, I am human first. As Bruce Lee said, "Under one sky, we are one." All right, guys. Any more questions about scalar tech? So now that you know that not only people you can do, and you can also do spaces, so you can literally take a picture of your house or a picture of your space. There might be even people here that are dealing with certain entities in their space, and they can feel that. I think I should also, yeah, I'm not afraid to talk about that at this point. If you're one of those people who are very intuitive and you can feel certain entities at your house, and you tried everything, sage or whatever it is, and yeah, take a picture of your space and tap into alchemy breath.work/biohacking, and the services are right there, and then you would send your picture right then and there. Exactly. Races aren't even a thing. It's a social construct. It really is. I love that. Let's see. Yeah, just DM me Smile for Weeks. Going back into the comments. Can chemical spray block scalar waves? Well, you tell me. Can you, they've been trying to block out the sun for God knows when, right? I think it's been over almost 30 plus years of chemtrails, so to speak. The sun is still shining. I always say this: natural law will always be. No matter what you do, natural law will always be. Even if they create a technology that does that, even within 100 years, maybe there might be an earthquake or some. I heard they're trying to create an artificial moon from China. They're trying to do that, right? If it's not harmonious to the natural law that is, whatever is creating that frequency to have the moon up there, or the fake moon up there, you know, who knows? Maybe an earthquake all of a sudden happens at the base of where that comes from. You think that's a coincidence? Look what happened to CERN. Look what's happening in CERN. Earthquakes and stuff like that is happening based on the nature of their experiments. And I don't know if it came out yet, but mark my words, CERN will be the first spot that will acknowledge time travel. Archive this, remember this, CERN will be the first spot to acknowledge and have at least a glimpse of the capabilities of time travel, because the fact that they can generate a black hole, endless possibilities right there. That should tell you that they are so close. I don't know if they're gonna, I don't know how long it'll take, but it will happen. It will happen, I know, in our lifetimes, but regardless, whoever's watching this, CERN will be the first place in the whole entire world that have the scientific, you can say scientific, but just the experience of generating so much black holes in that one space that they're going to tap in some deep technology that maybe we had in ancient times. And there's one particular group of people, the Dogon people. The Dogon people also acknowledge CERN even before CERN was a thing. They acknowledged the Series B even before scientists realized that was Series B, but the Dogon people figured it out. And even in the alien, you can say alien, extraterrestrial, even in that sphere of that category of people will acknowledge that the Dogon people, some African tribes, had the most advanced technology, but not in the physical, but more so in the spiritual aspect. And that's why they were so connected and had a deeper connection with extraterrestrials and stuff of that nature. And if you go deep in the Himalayas mountains and talk to those monks, who will tell you about dark, tall beings coming into to ancient masters and talking with them and stuff like that. And it all goes pointing to Africa and the Dogon people and certain tribes like that. Do you feel that bringing in prana from the space of non-polarity and infusion of things will come up on the scalar wave reader? So there's another way of reading scalar in the sense of calligraphy photography. I'm sure some of you are familiar with like aura photography in that sense. We're actually doing an experiment where my friend, he has the company that does that. So from day one, he's going to send me his aura, and then I'll put it on the scalar wave. And then we're going to do a 30-day trial to see if it's really affecting his aura from afar. So that's one of the ways of reading scalar wave output is calligraphy and photography with GDV imaging. It's not electrical, and that should show you that if you can read scalar wave using calligraphy and photography, that should show you our aura itself is producing scalar wave energy. And that's why certain people who are very aura efficient and that can really see auras and even tell you deep Akashic record stuff based on your aura in Chinese medicine, they can also say, they'll also tell you that the aura is definitely connected deep within past lives and things of that nature in that regard. But that's also scalar wave. It's all in one category in terms of chi, prana, ki. It's all in one in terms of scalar wave technology. And this is what I think was another reason why they probably demolished Nikola Tesla's stuff, because think about that. You're really outputting a really positive healing vibration towards a whole entire world in that sense. But now we live in different times where things are a lot different, and you shouldn't be fearful at all. Which breath work is best with the scalar pick? So miniature, literally, I just did miniatures, scalar wave stuff, but miniature, it's literally in the Google Doc when you download, when you get it. It should bring you right there. It should give you more breathing practices to do, to harmonize with the frequencies going back and forth. And I plan, even though I help people fast and all this stuff, I plan on literally using scalar wave tech with every single client I do. Everyone in Breath Family already is really on the scalar wave, and they've been experiencing it firsthand, even before me going out to public with this. Some really dramatic experiences. You can even print out the alchemy breathwork symbol that I posted further down on my Instagram. Print that out, have that all over your house, and you'll definitely feel a difference, for sure. That's something you guys can definitely do. I'm even thinking about, tell me if this is a good idea, I'm thinking about making phone cases with the imprints on there, with the tensoring, of course, too, so that way it's also protecting you from EMF, but also emitting that scalar wave energy and frequency. Now that's something else. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. Oh, thanks, man. I missed those. Yeah, it's literally right underneath the directions of what to do and sending your pictures. Yeah, CERN with a C. CERN. CERN. Any questions, guys? Or if anyone wants to go live and talk about scalar, or if anyone already been experiencing scalar wave tech with the picture process that I've been doing, you're more than welcome to hop on live. I'm gonna interview Dr. Z very soon, because she came over for the engagement. She knew I was gonna propose and everything, so we hosted her, and I put her picture underneath the scalar wave stuff, and we also got her hair. So there's an upgrade if you want. You can also send a piece of your hair. Also, that's another option you can do, and it'll increase the output of what you're experiencing with scalar wave going back and forth. So, Shemizer. All right, we're going live. Yeah, I'll definitely demonstrate if it does block EMF when I do make it. I already demonstrated with my phone right now. It already does that. I have it plastered on the back. Oh, so that's a great question. Oh, let me put in the mic. Hold on, brother. I'll get you online. I don't know what's happening here, but I want to answer this question real quick. So someone asked, what if you played an instrument next to the scalar wave? So what I do every couple hours, actually, I play the Tibetan bowls in my house. So yeah, people are literally getting that frequency on a daily basis. The scalar wave is never turned off until I actually go to an event. It'll only be turned off for a couple minutes, if anything, and then I'll plug it back in. No, but even the amplifier would be turned off. But yeah, it's still running through the scalar wave energy in itself. And something about scalar in itself, it's already imprinted out there. So the longer your picture's on the scalar wave, what I'm learning is the more frequency itself is building up in your body. And that's what Dr. Z is experiencing. Like, she's saying, like, I'm eating less, but I'm eating a lot healthier now. I think it's a scalar wave too. And like, it's having impulse. It's helping my impulses and stuff of that nature. So yes, think about it this way. If your aura is scalar wave, and that goes to show that your thought process is also technically scalar wave as well. Yeah, the head is the receiver, right? Thoughts produce gravity. So if you saw with Gloria and her testimonial from Breath Family, she said that one of her intentions was with the scalar wave was having an emotional effect on her niece, that is dealing with depression and things of that nature. And I totally forgot about this, but yes, scalar wave can definitely help with that. And for people who out there that don't want to do the breath work, or don't want to really, that need a little oomph, scalar wave definitely is for you, in my opinion, for that, in a sense. Just like her niece that doesn't want to do the breath work or anything, right? And she just needs to take her picture, put it on there, and then when she went to go pick her up, for the first time, she said, "Oh, I was alone, but I was really happy that I was alone." And she was being more grateful. She was more in a state of gratitude, which is what was a first for Gloria, witnessing that with all the depressing stuff that her niece was going through. So that was a really powerful testimonial, just hearing that and what Scalar Wave is doing. Because look at it this way. When every time you hear the news, right? Little do people know, every time you, even on YouTube, every time you watch the news, you are listening to a certain pitch within certain broadcasting, and they know what they're doing. They're putting a certain pitch within those certain broadcasts because everyone watches the news, and it's affecting your thought process, how you think, and that's why the political space in itself is so full of rage and less solutions in that sense, and more battling each other and stuff of that nature, more egocentric, especially in the political space. Even with the truther space in that sense, because they're always watching the news too. It's a double-edged sword, right? This is one of the reasons why I'm not going to that Kansas event as well. But even though I do understand, even regardless of our decision, everyone told us that it was going to be a good decision, regardless of our decision, because they understood that us just being there as well, doing breath work and helping people in that sense, and the sound healing is a great boost for people going through, even in the truther space in that sense, right? Because many of them don't even pay too much attention also to the health conscious space. But I think that's definitely shifting, especially when people are more conscious the fact of, what is this doing to my body? This is doing to the body. And then they're going to have even more questions and stuff in their foods and stuff of that nature. So we're definitely on the right path in that sense. Man, I'm definitely trying to learn how to infuse the technology into my music, some sound activation. So I didn't talk about this live as well, but I'm going to scalar wave alchemy breathwork. And how do I do that? I'm literally going to get every single mechanics of alchemy breathwork onto a hard drive and literally just put it on the scalar wave. That's really how I'm going to do it. But technically, right now, this whole video is being scalar wave because I actually took a picture up here because I always come up here. So every single thing that you're seeing right now is scalar wave, from the trees over here to the patio over there. Just being here, talking with you as you're hearing my sound is riding through the scalar wave into the microphone. And already that's what I've been doing with the subliminal breathwork music. The other factor is as well, scalar wave, the energy that produces within the soul, that is quote unquote scalar, going back to the whole aura aspect of that. Think of it that way. The fact that I've been fasting for over 4+ years, that improves the output of quality and the intention and the power behind just the sound of my breath. That's one of the main things I can give reverence to, of why the sound of my breath, that what we've been testing out with different people's breath, why the sound of my breath produces theta and high alpha in the readings. That's one of the main things I could definitely allude it to, because I've been doing the work in that sense, I guess. All right, someone wants to hop on here live. There's 2 people. All right. We're going to go one by one. So if you're in the queue waiting to go live, wait a minute. I'll have you on. Hey, Mauricio, can you send another request? Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Hey,
I want
brother.
to ask, I want to ask if so. Does it get emitted in one direction, or does it get emitted like in aura sense, where like it's just everywhere? It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter. There are some scalar devices that you actually have to be in between. Like I don't know if you saw the photo of me sitting in this chair, and I had the coils on the side. So that's a scalar technology in itself. But there are certain ones where you have to be in the middle of it, where it doesn't emit. Um, it doesn't have that massive of an output in terms of the field.
Okay, yeah, because the way that I was thinking about it was maybe it was just wherever you had the picture, it would just kind of shoot in like that one direction, like
Right,
just.
because that's your own frequency. That's your own. It's like a fingerprint. Think of it that way. So your fingerprint is on the scalar wave in terms of your picture, and that's you. You can't replicate you, right? So that's all you, and it's emanating towards you.
Got it, got it. Yeah, I'm really excited to get that shirt because of the testimonial I heard from the guy where he was woke up and said he was vibrating, shaking. Not that I'm like exactly looking for that, but just the fact that you don't even know when you're starting to get on, but you have a feeling that you already know it's on in a way.
Mm. Scalar activated. Yeah. So even my kimonos, I still have kimonos on my website, so people can check that out. It's under you go under breath healing products, and it's under alchemy gear. It's all there.
I was about to buy a kimono actually. There's only like when I saw it like last week or a week and a half ago, there was only like 16 left, and I was like,
Yeah.
and then that's when I DM'd you about the shirt, and luckily you had one. So, because I wanted the kimono is something that I'd only be able to wear like at home, but the shirt I'd
Right.
be able to wear at work, to sleep, just more often basically. Because I live in LA, so wearing a kimono would kind of be
Oh,
different.
true. Well, you can wear a
Yeah,
shirt and then the kimono on top of it. You can still do that for
yeah,
for
that's true.
other
Yeah,
people who
yeah,
are watching.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you only have like 10 kimonos left actually on your site, and
Yeah, I only have 10 left.
you're not gonna remake more unless you
Nope.
with
Nope.
with
I'll
no
not be
choice,
making
right?
any more.
Unless with no choice in the future.
Yeah. So I'll be collaborating with No Choice on that kimono in that sense. But that's about it. Won't be making any more T-shirts. Won't be making any more kimonos either.
Well, I want to know what the reason for that is as well. Like, I'm sure you have a reasonable reason, but
Well, it's a lot of things that go into that. So I honestly I'm not, at least for
oh,
now,
you
it's not on my radar, and that's why I'm
got it,
that's
got
why I'm actually happy to collaborate with No Choice, because he can delegate more of his. That's where most of his time go towards anyway. So most of my time go towards one-on-ones and things of that nature.
it. Got it, got it, got it. Yeah, I'm just excited for that.
Well, thank you for
Excited.
hopping on, brother, and yeah, I'm excited for you to
Yeah,
get the shirt, and definitely keep in touch.
yeah. Thank you for letting me on, man. Have a great day,
You as
everyone.
well, brother. Peace.
Peace.
All right, someone else is hopping on. We're going one by one. Bear with me. People out there in the queue. Hello there.
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's going on?
Not much. Just was really attracted to everything you were saying. Um, I feel like I've known about this, but I haven't like been able to put like a name to it.
Hmm.
And um, yeah, I was asking earlier about the infusing of the shirts because I make shirts personally, and every time I make shirts, I set that intention of like infusing, like just kind of like prana or Reiki and stuff like that. And I was wondering if, like, I would send you an image. Would you be able to read the scalar waves that are already infused or possibly not infused into those images?
I don't personally have that tech. My friend has that tech, but I could do that. Yeah. But we can actually, if you want to send me your logo, we can literally put it on the scalar wave. So you can literally send a logo of anything, logo of your business, whatever it is. You know, we have Ron in the group, the guy who had the shirt. Like as soon as he witnessed like the energy coming from the shirt, he sent me his own logo. He was like, "Do this to my logo because it's going on all my products." So that's another way of imprinting scalar wave energy towards everything you make as well, as long as that logo is on. So I'm also curious if people who also have the air alchemy symbol tattoo as well, how they're feeling. I know Victoria's one of them, so she's coming over on Sunday, so I'm going to ask her experiences so far.
Nice, nice. Awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna send you that image over. Um, because I feel like I've possibly been infusing things already with kind of like scalar wave stuff. And I also get a lot of feedback from people, letting me know like, yeah, every time I put your shirt on, I just feel so much
Yeah,
more like, just like at peace and so much more calmer. And I just feel good. And
that's what it's about.
yeah, it's just like a, I don't even know, it's just a breathful type of feeling. It's just like, yes, like, other people are feeling this, the intention behind what this is all about.
So look at scalar wave this way. You can look at scalar wave as another person or being, so to speak, doing also the same work you're doing and putting that healing intention behind it in that sense. So it's just more going back to the tools, right? It's another additive tool to add on. Even though I work with people fasting and helping them with different illnesses, every single client I'm going to work with, I'm still going to put them on the scalar wave. That's how egoless I am personally as well. I'm open to use everything God given out there to help and just elevate the experience, right? Because that's what it's about.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I would love to try to see how, because I've been talking to Cody, the Ascended Trader, and he told me about his Token of Me project that he's working on with
Yeah,
being in the flow state and stuff like that, like 2 months ago. And I was like, bro, like that's genius. That's how abundance really is. Really works. We're abundant just based on how we feel, regardless of like USD. Because in that case, I'm the richest person in the world because we're basing something off like paperless. I mean, nothing that's like something that's not backed by anything. So I'm like, I'm
exactly,
the richest person in the world. You're the richest person in the world. We're all the
exactly.
richest persons in the world. And yeah, I would just love to like try to see somehow how we can infuse that Token of Me project that he's working on. And
Yeah, I would love. Yeah, I would love to see that because that token thing can definitely like read certain things. So I would definitely love to try that. And I got 1 minute left, so I'm gonna let the next person hop on.
perfect, yeah.
And yeah, if you're interested, just go to the website, go to biohacking, and the scalar wave stuff is like right there.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time, brother.
All right, brother. Peace.
Peace.
All right, one last person, and then we're out, guys. Got literally a minute left. Hello there. We got a minute left.
Okay, I just want to ask a quick question. So the
Yeah.
representation of what's on your crown, is that to keep negative frequencies out of your crown, or why are you wearing it?
Oh yeah, I talk about that a lot. But yeah, it also produces scalar wave energy as well too. But
Okay.
protects you from EMF, helps with cellular regeneration. You can also structure your water. You can literally put it on your water that way.
Okay.
Structure it too.
So where do you get that?
All on the website under biohacking. It's
Okay.
all been.
Okay. Thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
All right, peace.
Peace. Have a good day.
You as well. Have a breathful day. You all have a breathful day, and definitely check out the biohacking. Go to alchemybreath.work/biohacking. It's all there. It comes with breathing techniques to also help yourself in that sense if it's for you, and you're gonna have a lot of fun and a beautiful experience to it. Have a wonderful, breathful day, guys. Peace.